Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell.
Hi and welcome to unboxing. It's been a while, so without messing around too much, we are trying different setup. I've actually got a Logitech Brio camera currently in my headband of my headset, so seeing if this works. If I drop it, I apologise. But here's the first thing we're going to open on an unboxing today. It's courtesy of Anthony Vaughton, who's aboard the USS Geekology, which is one of the ships as part of, or club chapters as part of Region 20 of Starfleet International, or rather Starfleet, the International Federation of Fan Clubs, or whatever it is, of which Space Birmingham is a member and a chapter. So this is, Anthony goes by the moniker of the Triple Whisperer, and basically he does a giveaway every so often. I think it might even be weekly, where he gives away triples that he's made, just to try and make people's day, which this certainly did when I won this. So let's take a look at said triple. Try not to display either my address or his. There will be an address down below if you want to send anything to Geekology. So that's all cool. I don't want to rip this sticker. This is nice. Oh, come on. I kind of feel a little bit guilty because it would have cost him a little bit to get this posted because it's coming from Ireland. Enterprise, of course. What other box would you use? Ooh, that's nice. Good colour and sticker on the top. Well, that's not going anywhere now. Let's have a look. Oh, what's that little certificate? Have a look at it. It's been neutered, so there's no risk of it multiplying. That's quite cool. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Mr. Triple Whisperer. Let's get him out here. You you have just been tripled by the Triple Whisperer. Yeah, that's cool. Look, it's a science triple. Oh, that's gonna have to go on my desk somewhere, where I normally work. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Let's pop that away. Watch the Japanese piece, silly. Yarb. Put that over there. Yeah. There we go. Right. What's up next? Well, I would like to say it's a sealed transformer, but it's not really sealed. There we go. It's Blaster from Transformers Legacy. There's no plastic window anymore because obviously throwaway plastics Isn't the best idea in the world. Though I would probably prefer this to be a thicker cardboard and a completely enclosed box personally. So it's fairly flimsy, and I have seen shots of these getting harassed in shops, and Blas's head being ripped off. It doesn't help anyone, really. I know a lot of people don't like this packaging. I love it. It's weirdly G2 in a way, which I can live with. Yeah, it's loud, so yeah, matches Blaster quite nicely. There we go. Comes with eject in his see-through colours. We have a QR code down there, so you can look up his well, basically his tech specs. Just a nice way of doing it, because putting them on the boxes doesn't seem to be an option anymore. Artwork on the side, gubbins on the bottom, legacy logo on the top. There we go. Right, okay. So, is it even sealed? Has it even got sellotape on it? Doesn't look like it. It has on there, but not on there. How bizarre. Ah, sellotape's there. That's why. Right. So let's nip this open at the top. I think it's our best bet. Oh. Half knackered knife. That'll do. Blaster. There we come. I've got tape down the sides as well. Oh no, we won't use disposable plastic, but we will use sellotape, which is plastic. There's plant-based sellotape now, guys. Let's be using that, maybe. Assuming you're not already. I bet you know. There we go. Right. Well, that's quite cool. Actually, put Transformers logo in as well. It's not my favourite Transformers logo, but yeah, on the flap. And it comes. Warning: choking hazard. I'm not going to swallow him. Instruction manual. Boy, do I miss the 4-colour ones from the 90s, from all the 80s and 90s. In fact. Okay. If I can't figure out a cassette, I've got a problem. Right, there's little plastic ties, which I don't understand because they could be using cardboard ones or paper ones. So we get rid of some of the plastic, but not all of it. He says opening a box of a toy that's plastic. But at least it's not disposable plastic. Well, not in my head anyway. My inability to open product is getting worse. They don't make this easy, do they? Mind you, having said that, it's far too easy to steal. Now it's not got much in the way of so there's his gun. It's definitely the Electro Scrambler, original version. Yeah, the lightness is pretty bang on there. Got quite a bit of posability. Slight up and down on the head, left, right. Yeah, that's cool. But we'll do a review with David at some point. This is just an unboxing at the end of the day. Oh, the speakers move. That's weird. And does this? Oh, you push it to open. All right, that's weird. Expecting it to. All right, cool. All right. Get rid of all the little bits of plastic that shouldn't be there. There we go. Right, let's have a look at eject. Ball socket for the head by the looks of it. Let's flip that up. Flip it round. Yep, that's about right. Oh, there's, oh, right, okay. Oh, his feet are moulded in. Okay. Da 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 da. I was expecting his feet to come out, but that's because I've got the G11. Has his hands static as well? Yep, look like they are. Yep. So, master himself. It's quite cool. Quite like that. Quite like good old eject. I know people have been moaning about the see-through plastic, but I don't see a problem with that at all. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I wasn't going to transform it, but the need is there, it would appear. I never looked at the instructions, but whatever. It doesn't transform quite the way I used to. I used the original one, you see. Folding on itself in some way. Does that go out there? Really? Oh. That's strange. So, we're doing that. Alright. Aha. Or something. I see a foldy out bit. Oh, we're just hiding everything in there, are we? Right, I see. A sneaky little bit of shelf warming there, in a way. It's supposed to go over the crotch, I'm assuming it does. Ah, I've not got everything in place, that's why. There we go. Well, that does the job quite nicely. A few gaps, but you know, that's what add-on kits are for. This is being done to a price. I mean, okay, the prices are going up, but so is the price of everything. Oh no, I can't put it on knobs. Separate. Side speakers. Okay. That's what what is it? Dolby. Dolby Atmos. Look at the number of speakers. It's Dolby Atmos, for sure. There we go. Pop that on top. Alright. Are there any ports on this guy? No, there's not. Let's just see if he goes in. Oh, there are ports on him. Spindles. Am I doing that right? Probably not. That's better. Cassette. Probably done it wrong, but never mind. Does it fit? That's probably because I've transformed it wrong. to be fair. There's a way around it needs to be in there specifically. That looks about right. There we go. Cool. Of course, that's the wrong way around. It's supposed to be, isn't it? Because that's like it's cool. Well, I certainly prefer that to the look of the version we got in Titans Return. Battle ready, shall we? Cheating, but I don't really care. There we go. I love the fact it's got a trigger figure on him. That's quite cool. We'll have to do a shot with Soundwave at some point from Siege. Well, it's not really Siege, it's the I've got the Netflix version, so it actually turns into a Casoto. Unlike the Siege one, which is a bit weird, to be honest. There we go. I keep expecting his head to pop up when I pull the arms out. how very G1 of me. There we go. These guys are pretty cool. I quite like those. But we'll do a proper review with David at some point. Let's pop that to one side. Right, what else have we got? Well, Japanese Peace Lily. Japanese Peace Lily. Can you see the Japanese Peace Lily? There it is. Right, there we go. What have we got here? Well, it's the A500 Mini, because how could I not, to be honest? Wouldn't really be me without it. So we've done Trek, we've done Transformers, let's do some Amiga. Okay. Hopefully that'll focus in a little better. There we are. It's quite a bright day today, which probably isn't helping in any way, shape or form, but there you go. There we are. Contents, the A500 Mini, but I damn well hope so. 2-button mouse, 8-button USB gamepad, the USB-C power supply cable and HDMI cable. It's all Cartoon Classic-y, so that's quite cool. Lots of stuff about licensing and stuff, and emulates the A500, A600 and A1200. The USB, you can add your own games, update the firmware and connect your own devices. Multiple scanning options and CRT filter, apparently. So I quite like the box. It's quite fun having all of the stuff on the back there. All those front covers of the games. Worms Director's Cut, interesting that they went for that rather than the normal Worms, but that is the best version of Worms ever made, so fair play to them. Players Battle Chess, but I'm sure the rights are with EA now, so that's interesting. A few things I would have loved to have seen here that aren't, but we've got Project X, we've got Alien Breed, and Alien Breed 3D, indeed. Speedball 2, which everybody's going to want to play, except maybe me. Simon the Sorcerer, be interesting to see if that's the City 32 version. Zool, which I believe is the AGA version. So that front cover's not quite accurate. There should be blue bit down here. Or it could be the City 32 version. We'll soon find out. Director's Scott is of course AGA, so there's proof that it definitely isn't just an A500 Mini. It also runs A1200 games, at the very least. Right, let's snip that open. Have a look inside, shall we? I love the fact that the packaging is similar to the old hardware boxes for these things. So yeah, the Cartoon Classics pack, sort of some of them, certainly the Desktop Dynamite pack out open like this, so that's cool. That's cute. Okay, so I mean, obviously the keyboard doesn't work because it's too small, but that's a really cute model of the A500, if nothing else. Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome. Someone's done a 3D print to go in there, so you actually have you can have an actual disc, sort of like sticking out if you want to do it that way. But that's cute. Oh, I love it. Completely crazy, but brilliant. Okay, it's a quick guide. Okay, yeah, this is how you plug it together. It's fairly obvious, I would have thought, considering it's got USB-C for power. I assume that's the on-off switch. HDMI port right there, and 3 USBs for the controllers and keyboard, and you can plug a keyboard into it, and you can put a USB stick in with some extra games for using your WHD load and do your firmware upgrades from there, from what I understand. Okay, so underneath there, let's pop that there. By the Japanese Peace Lily. Sorry, Japanese Peace Lily. And there we have the mouse, I assume, unless they've got their boxes mixed up, which I assume they don't have done. There we go. There we are. What else is in there? Oh, the HDMI cable's in there as well. In Amiga, sort of Amiga beige. That's weird having that as an optical mouse. That's weird. It's small as well. And micro switched. Okay. That's going to take a little get used to. It feels small. Or have I just grown stuck? To be honest, I haven't used a tank mouse in a million years. I've always had like the A1200 mouse or something similar, to be fair. And then in there we've got it's the power cable, so we just need to USB get a power. Plenty of them kicking around. Who hasn't these days? And then the very CD32 like controller, but tiny. It seems so small, so small and cute. Yes, the A500. Those buttons aren't quite where I expect them to be. Then it might be because of the size of it. That's quite cool. I wonder if I can get an adapter and use it on a CD32. It'd be cheaper than buying a CD32 controller off the time these days. There we go. Right. Let's pop all these out. Have a look at it in a little bit more detail. Yeet that over there. Oh god, my kids are getting to me. I'm starting to say things like yeet. Wow. Okay. Right, so HDMI cable, as you'd expect it to be. So yeah, nice. It's got cover on it at least, so none of your usual Poundland bargainy stuff going on there. Here we go. That's quite cool. Does the job. Power cable again. Does the job. More being in colour tone, but there we go. That mouse is slightly smaller than the original, I think, but that is so cute. I'm kind of in love with this little model of the 500, if nothing else. I wonder how many people are going to be doing customizations to make it just like the original one. But that's quite cool. Power and drive. Are those actual LEDs? So it's when it's accessing something, I'll do the draw. That'd be cool. Now I hear rumours this is basically based on a Raspberry Pi inside. So yeah, I think we might be doing a comparison between this and the Pi 400 home computer, which actually has a working keyboard, so it's already got a bonus there compared with some of the others. I'm not sure this camera's working as well as I'd hoped it did. It seems to be going all over the place. Oh god, it's getting really warm. It's really warm in this room at the moment, to be fair. It's a really sunny day, which for April for Britain is quite well done. I'm starting to really overheat, but yes, that's quite cool. That's quite cool. I do like that. I sort of like. It's my first job ever. Was when I was 15. I was working in a place called Lewis's department store, not John Lewis. There's Lewis's that started up in Scotland, and I was selling A500 screen gems packs for Christmas. Actually running the department because the person who was supposed to be running the department disappeared. I never found out where he went, but he was back after I was made redundant because the company started to collapse. But I sold over 400 A500s that Christmas, which was quite cool. Cool. Really enjoyed doing that, to be fair. And the commission, shockingly. Nope, that's that. I kind of want to take a pencil and see what I know. So yes, I might get a keyboard specifically for this, but there may be a maxi coming if this sells well enough. And from what I've seen, people saying that they've got one already and so on and so forth, I've got a feeling it's going to be selling enough. Now, I was thinking about doing some two-player gaming with David on this. Now, settlers, if we get settlers when running on it, we'll need another mouse. If it can take two mice, I'm not sure it can. Because two-player settlers on the Amiga you could plug in two mice, which was quite cool. But there is a joystick. Now, the joystick was originally done for the C64, which was the C64 Mini and Maxi machines that were put out, which are similar in sort of like the way they were done, essentially emulation platforms that are in an appropriate case. So I looked around trying to find out how much these joysticks were going to cost me, and they were upwards of 35 quid. What stock there was, which there wasn't a lot, so it was 30 or 35 quid basically, or more. Some were silly price. But I then realised, of course, that it comes in with the C64 Mini. You get one in there, and they were on sale. Last time I saw one, Game had them at $39.99. But the Easter sale had started, so. There we are. $39.99, except it wasn't. It was actually $29.99. So that's got to be the bargain of the year so far. So I get the joystick, less than it is somewhere online for just the joystick, and I get the C64 Mini as well. So that's pretty cool. Does suggest that the Mini has not sold as well as it potentially should have done through Game, but then Game having a clue what they do. I mean, the guy I spoke to at Game was just no clue what it was whatsoever. Didn't know what a Commodore 64 was, which is mildly embarrassing because it was basically the store that moved from Northfield that used to be a game station, and I used to be running it. Oh, there we go. Right. Right, so again we've got not so great packaging. That's a bit not much fun as the Amiga one, but then I'm an Amiga person, so I'm probably biased. Let's pop that open. Oh, that's quite cool. Right, so it's got a little C64 mini thing going on. This is all very bright and too much sun under. It's a little C64. Is that in scale? No, they're not in scale. Oh, that's a shame. There's the joystick, which is the bit I really, really wanted, which is the reason for buying it. To be honest, I think the packaging on the A500 Mini is better, I would argue. The quick guide's got the design of the original manual. Because I did have a C64. I had a C128 as well. Well, actually, my C128 was the first computer I owned myself. But there we go. And Retro Reborn, the first retro game subscription. What? Okay. Weird. I'll be very glad I'm editing this. Good job I didn't choose to do this as a live stream. Anyway, right. There we go. Right, so let's get that packaging out of the way. A little bit. Whee. Okay, so there's the joystick of the C64. That doesn't feel micro switched. It's all these switches. Or is it? It might be. You can hear little clicks. Not totally sure. But hey, it'll do. It does the job. That's quite cool. They put the controller ports on the side. One or two USBs on the side. Power in. It needs another USB stick port. Mind you, I don't think this can be updated as easily. So power in. HDMI in black. Lovely. Controller on the side. Mind you, I'm trying to think about putting a mouse into it and using GEOS. I don't think it's designed to do that. But yeah, that's quite liking that. That's quite cool. But to-play games with that, and this apparently will work on the C64 Mini as well. Controller, the A500 controller, which is actually a CD32 controller in form factor. And there we go. Oh, that's quite cool. So, really retro, Amiga-y stuff. You've had some Transformers and you've had a bit of Star Trek. So, you know, that's basically me. Pretty cool. Alright. I dare say all of this will get reviewed with me and David. So, check that out when it's available. Take care of yourself and good night. Bye.